Hello guys, welcome to Playing Retro Video Games. I'm your host Retrodude. Operation Wolf, released by Taito in 1990 in Japan. This is the PC Engine version. I think it's the greatest version. I'll tell you why in a sec. Here is some interesting history about Operation Wolf. Operation Wolf is a one-player shooter video game made by Taito in 1987. Spawned 3 sequels: Operation Thunderbolt 1998, Operation Wolf 3 1994, and Operation Tiger in 1998. The gameplay consists of: the player takes the role of the Special Forces operative Roy Adams. The objective of the game is to rescue 5 hostages in the concentration camp. The game is divided into 6 stages. Completion of each stage advances to the story. For example, upon completing in the jungle stage, an enemy leader interrogated in the location of the enemy's concentration camp is found. This is one of the first-person shoot games to feature a storyline. The game utilizes an optical controller hosted in the inside of the gun assembly, scaled, after which will bore a resemblance to an Uzi submachine gun. This, in turn, was mounted on top of the square base covering pivot shaft, which allowed players to swivel and elevate the gun. A geared motor inside the casing simulated the recoil effect by the player, and they were fired upon the weapon in the targets. In order to complete each stage, the player must shoot many soldiers, armored cars, helicopters, boats, as in the game requires. Soldiers can throw their hand grenades and knives. Vehicles can shoot missiles and launch rockets. The player's ammunition and grenades are limited, but can be stocked by shooting the barrels, or crates by shooting the animals such as chickens and pigs. Occasionally a high-powered machine gun appears, allowing players to have unlimited ammo in increased rate for 5 or 10 seconds. There are 6 stages in this game: concentration camp, jungle, village, powder magazine, concentration camp, airport. And that's airport's the last stage. It was released on the following systems: the arcade original, of course, Nintendo Entertainment System, Sega Master System, ZX Spectrum, MSX, Commodore 64, Amstrad CPC, Amiga, Atari ST, DOS, FM Towers, and PC Engine. And it was released in the arcades in 1987, NES was released in 1989, and SMS, Sega Master System version, was released in 1991. This game utilizes the light guns. One for the NES was using the Nintendo Zapper, and the Sega Master System version used the Light Phaser guns. Although personally I never used the Light Phaser gun because A, I don't have a 2TB, and B, it's very hard to find. So, and also I played that game on a Sega Master System. You can't play it with a controller, I noticed. I try it on my Retro Freak. You can't play it. So, because I know with some NES games you can actually still play with a controller, can't you? But that's what I like about these awesome home conversions of these light gun games. They actually adapted technology to market it in a younger generation back in the 80s. So you didn't have a joypad, but you can have other options to play light gun games. I wish you could have that option, you know, with today's TVs, you know, upgrade from, you know, the old analog signals to the high def digital signals. But it's impossible. But you can get a G-Con 3 by Namco, and that works on HD TVs. So if they can find a way of making a technology for old light gun games, I think that'd be incredible. Can I tell you my honest opinion, which I think is the best version? The one you're seeing right now is probably the closest arcade port you're gonna get, because they scaled it so well in a small aspect ratio. I find it quite incredible. In fact, I watched another YouTuber who done like a comparison with all the other versions, and I saw like the Amiga version. I was quite astounded it running quite well on the Amiga version. I think my 2 absolute favourites is Sega Master System and this PC Engine version, because Sega Master System version annihilated Nintendo's horrible pint-sized graphics. The thing I hate about the Nintendo version was it's hard to aim your shots when it's so tiny and small. and your eyes can't detect, you know, level of detail that you can if it was blown up. So I think personally the PC Engine has won in my heart as well. It's the greatest arcade conversion. Can I tell you an awesome story? I went to an arcade in Felixstowe and I actually played this multiple times, and I like the cabinet. I can show you this now. It was an awesome, delightful visual feast for the eyes. It drew you in to play the mounted gun upright cabinet. It was a spectacle to see, you know, art translate well into imagery that draws you in. That's what art is meant to be, is preservation of visual beauty. So when I saw it, I said to my mum, I have to play this game, and I did. I had a good fun. And I love the fact it rattles like crazy when you fire. It's very similar to the T2 arcade game that probably used the same technology actually. Maybe a little evolved mechanism. I'd like to ask you guys an awesome question. What is your top 5 favourite light gun games of all time? Say in the comments below. If you like this video, please like, comment and subscribe, and as Retrodude says, Retro Forever! Signing out. Happy gaming, people.